The 2K Sports Pregame Show, presented by Kia.
Welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, quickly approaching this year's All-Star break. In this game, we'll see the Indiana Pacers against the Brooklyn Nets. Checking out Brooklyn, they need some wins to start adding up here in a hurry. More or less half the season behind us, and they are still struggling to prove they can contend. And Al Jefferson, an offensive presence when he's on the floor, heading into the back end of his career now, but still putting up good numbers. Kenny, just what does he bring to the table as a player?
Well, he's a guy that you have to double in a low block. You know, if you play him one-on-one, he's tough to deal with. So he draws lots of attention. He gets up, he gets fouled, he can shoot free throws. He is a load in the box.
You know, he's older now, doesn't command the same amount of touches as he did when he was younger. But Big Al always puts that work in on offense. That's why I nickname him Baby Fundamentals.
Baby Fundamentals.
Sort of like Tim Duncan, but it's Baby Fundamentals.
That does it for us for now. We'll see you later.
But traffic in New York City making its way back and forth between Manhattan and the borough of Brooklyn. Our setting tonight. Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. Certainly some confidence for Indiana with the win in their last matchup against the Brooklyn Nets. They've got the edge, 2 wins in 3 games against this team, going for number 3 here.
And they tailored a fantastic, I thought, offensive game plan. And that went, they knew exactly how to exploit the holes in that defense.
And exploit them they did. They exposed them tremendously. They kept so much pressure on the defenders over the course of that game that the defense really never had an answer.
And let's get a quick pregame update from David Aldridge, who had a chance moments ago to talk with head coach Nate McMillan.
Well, Kevin, he said defensively their main priority is going to be preventing points in the paint. He told me we can't let them get comfortable inside. That's what'll hurt us. He wants them playing a very physical brand of D down low. Let's see if they got the message. Kevin?
Okay, David, much appreciated.
And, for the Pacers, an interesting history. They've assembled 2 elite squads that both kind of self-destructed in 2004 and 2014. This franchise hoping they can finally build a roster to break through and win it all.
Let's get a nice clean game, huh?
And the Pacers start off with the ball. Here's the starting group for the Indiana Pacers. George and Young are the forwards. C.J. Miles is out there with Teague, and it's Turner in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Teague. The dish to Young. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. And those great teams of the Pacers past, Malice and the Palace, trailing them in 2004, that brawl, leading to suspensions and distractions.
And then a decade later, guys, a team that secured the #1 seed in the East stumbled down the stretch amidst finger-pointing and accusations. The Pacers dismantling that core and restarting with a new identity. We'll see if they can get back into that title contender conversation once again.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
And while Young is serviceable at the line, not terrible, there's still a lot of room for improvement.
And Lopez gets it to go.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Well, I tell you, that really sets a bad tone, especially this early. I'd rather see him commit a hard foul than give him an easy 2 like that. Show that you're willing to protect the basket. Make him earn it at least.
Here's Dinwiddie after the made shot from Jeff Teague. Outside, George. Teague kicks to Turner. We've played just over a minute here in the first. Now the pass to Teague for 3. A 3-pointer is right on target. Teague's got 5 points so far.
If you give Teague enough room out there beyond the arc, he won't hesitate to make you pay.
Booker a screen on Teague. Lopez a screen. From 11 feet away, that one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Lopez has got his second bucket. On defense, Brooklyn, a tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
You know what? A lot of three-pointers, but for me, more so, it was the shot selection on those three-pointers. I just felt like they were just too trigger-happy from downtown.
You know, Greg, sometimes you're able to shoot your way out of a slump, but they just kept making things worse. Sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
Now here's Lopez. The rebound by Young. Teague at the elbow. And stolen by Booker. Here's Dinwiddie. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Pass to Booker. Here's Lopez. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. He has 6. Teague kicks to Young. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. And it's George missing.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
And just a solid way to start the game. 4 or 5.
You know, he might not be the fastest or the most explosive guy, but I really like the soft hands and the excellent footwork of Lopez, because those two things you can't teach, really.
Lopez can put on a low post clinic, can he, guys? Not many big men with that kind of size and savvy to slow him down.
And I would even add, guys, not just the size and savvy, but the skill. I mean, this guy knows exactly what he's doing and has a tremendous shooting touch. And that's what makes him so potent as a back to the basket and face-up center.
The Pacers shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. That free throw good from George.
You know, George has a pretty quiet way about him. He's not a very demonstrative guy, and I think that's appealing. He kind of lets the game come to him and lets his game do his talking.
And both free throws good for Paul George. And if you had to start a new team today, which small forward would you want? Kawhi Leonard or this guy, Paul George?
Well, I'm a little biased. It's a tough call, quite honestly. I mean, arguably the best two-way players in the game. Kawhi has elevated his game offensively, and we know what he does defensively. But for my money, being a former Pacer myself, I'm going PG on that one.
Now, here is Foy, defended by Miles. Lopez, no luck. The Pacers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. George passes to Teague. Knocked away. Here's Dinwiddie. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, it reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Now here's Turner. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Miles Turner, the 11th overall pick last season out of the University of Texas, only spent 1 season in college. But this guy very well could be a perennial all-star. The Pacers think they've gotten a steal. He was a 19-year-old rookie who showed he already understands how to hold his own at both ends of the floor.
The first free throw is good. And Turner was a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. What caused him, guys, you think, to slip to 11th in the 2015 draft?
Well, you know, he didn't have a huge impact at Texas. Only played there 1 year. There wasn't a full body of work on his resume. Some even looked at his awkward running gait as perhaps a chink in his armor. But he trained with track coaches, developed his hip flexibility, and really has been working on his mobility and had a strong rookie season.
There's Dinwiddie. From 11 feet away.
What timing from Turner. I mean, that's a big part of blocking shots. Reading the shooter and then timing it perfectly to send that shot in reverse.
Here's Dinwiddie. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Now 4. Shot clock at 6. Dinwiddie's shot is off.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Indiana again missing.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
And Foy kicks to Dinwiddie. Takes a 3. Offensive rebound, Nets. Kicks to Foy. The 3. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got his 4th assist in this one.
There's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't D him up on the perimeter.
Now here's Teague. He had 13 points in the win against the Magic in Orlando.
Yeah, and it seemed like he spent about half the game shooting free throws. Credit him for really taking it to the defense.
And so it's Brooklyn with it. Paul George missing from long range. The 9-foot shot. Lopez, no luck. Pacers trail by 3. George dishes to Teague. Back to George. Turner with the screen. The shot by George, no good.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
Here's Dinwiddie. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Got a piece of it. Takes a 3 with the tip. Jeff Teague with the rebound. Indiana's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. George passes to Turner. Indiana moving the ball around. And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way. And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for Ellis.
It's been surprising to me to see him take a little bit of a tumble lately in terms of what he's doing for them offensively. The points just haven't been there for him like they were a few months back. The defenses he's facing have adjusted to him, and he hasn't been able to make his own adjustments.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. So it's both teams making substitutions here.
Taking a look back over the last month, Kevin, let's see how Indiana stacked up. First in steals, 3rd in shooting percentage, and they also show up in the top 5 in free throw shooting. That's elite level marksmanship at the stripe.
And you mentioned their steals. I mean, it's great defensive anticipation that has them at the top of the rankings. They've been tremendous at reading the offense and getting into those passing lanes.
Brooklyn leading by 3.
And, you know, the Nets have a pair of ABA titles to their name. Still looking for their first title in the NBA, though. Have come close before, but never closed the deal. Back in the early 2000s, back-to-back chips to the championship round. And, you know, part of the move to Brooklyn for the Nets increased the pressure to win. And all New York teams have immense pressure to be successful due to the market they're in.
Last outing for Indiana. They won that game against the Magic in Orlando.
they just looked stable pretty much from the get-go, guys. I mean, sometimes you'll see some inconsistencies come up in a road game that you don't see at home, but not the case in that one.
Tremendous balance on display, Greg. I mean, when you look at who was carrying the scoring load, making assists, playing unselfishly, I mean, they had it all working, and that led to the nice road win.
Now here's Lopez. He's coming off a 10-point game against New York.
And don't forget about his work on the glass. I mean, he contributed in a number of ways.
Now here is Robinson following the miss by Brook Lopez. Ripped away. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Here's Dinwiddie, and you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Brooklyn.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
Brooklyn making some changes. Hamilton comes in for Brook Lopez. And it's Rondae Hollis-Jefferson in for Bogdanovich. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Jefferson's checked in for Turner. Allen comes in for Thaddeus Young. Ellis is checked in for George. And it's Brooks in for Jeff Teague. Now here's Allen. Passes to Kilpatrick. And Jefferson sends it back. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Ellis. Whitehead's checked in for Brooklyn. Clock at 4. Baseline jumper. But he stays with it. Pass to Hollis-Jefferson. He kicks it to Booker. And there's the 3-second violation. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard for the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. Here are the team leaders in steals. You need to play these guys heads up. In third, the Pacers.
You can't get careless with the basketball against this group. I mean, they'll pick your pocket, and no surprise to see them in the upper echelon as far as steals.
They need this one. Screen by Jefferson. Here's Ellis. Whitehead with the rebound. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Here's Booker. And that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
Attacking the rack to great effect.
And not hesitating at all to pound it inside here early.
Pacers trail by 8. Ellis kicks to Brooks. He feeds it to Jefferson. And stolen by Hamilton. There's the pass to Kilpatrick. Here's Whitehead. Pass to Kilpatrick. And the lead now. Double digits on that bucket. Kilpatrick's got his first basket of the night.
Already seizing control of this game.
Total control, Greg, and as well as they're playing at both ends, I look for this lead to get even larger. You know, you look back over the Nets' history, and a lot of great players wore the jersey, but one that stands out to me is Drazen Petrovic. Didn't have a very long career in the NBA before his life was cut terribly short, but he was one of the best shooters ever to play.
And a moment here to see the numbers for Booker. Putting up about 10 points a night, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he does the heavy lifting on the glass, throwing himself into the rebounding battle with just complete effort.
Sure is. I mean, he thinks every rebound is his, and most of them are. That's why he's putting up such big numbers.
Pacers trail by 10. And Drazen Petrovic was truly a special player for both this Nets organization and all of the NBA, a hero among all Net fans.
And guys, he was one of the purest shooters ever, and certainly the best for the Nets franchise, in my opinion. You know, watching him in person, he was smart, he was tough, he had good size, and he was absolutely lethal. He made the open three, but he also made challenge threes. And some ways, you think about Petrovic and how he shot it, reminds you a little bit of the way Steph Curry shoots it today.
Here's Hollis Jefferson. He's coming off a 16-point game against New York. Five on the clock. Passes it to Kilpatrick. Offline with his three. Indiana's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Back to Robinson. Puts it up from 12. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Now just a 5-point Nets lead.
Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
Here's Whitehead. Brooks covering. And Ellis with the block.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Indiana moving it around. Here's Jefferson. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Jefferson's got 5 points so far.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
Booker outside. Here's Kilpatrick. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. 1:22 left to play in the first. Brooks dishes to Jefferson. Rebound, Brooklyn.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
Here's Kilpatrick. 5 points in the game. He can't hit that time. Great defense that time from Ellis. 46 seconds left to play in the first quarter. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
Just a really nice touch that time from Ellis. I mean, when he's in rhythm now, he's going to make that shot all game long.
Here's Hollis Jefferson. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Clock at 6. Hamilton right side. It's stolen by Jefferson. 8 feet away. Outside for Robinson. Dishes it to Jefferson. Brooks outside. Outside Jefferson. It's Brooks on the wing. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Brooklyn ahead, leading by just 2. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. And talk to Monte Ellis. He says he feeds off his doubters. He loves to hear someone say what he can't do.
I think I had that all my life. I always had to prove somebody wrong, and, you know, still to this day. That's just the competitiveness that I believe my oldest brother built into me when I was little.
And that kind of relentless determination is something Monte is known for. And one of the reasons he's been around for a decade in the NBA as a consistently good player.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
I just really like what we're seeing from a defensive standpoint, forcing a lot of turnovers with those quick hands.
Yeah, those active hands, Greg, have produced a number of steals early. They've been very aggressive.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for Indiana, Teague and Monte are the guard set. George and Young are the forwards. And it's Jefferson in at the center position. Whitehead passes to LeVert. And there's the feed to Hamilton. Here's Whitehead. Teague covering. Pass to LeVert. To the middle. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two. Well, you think of the great scorers in this NBA. Sometimes Brook Lopez goes overlooked, but he's about as good as it gets on that low block.
Oh, no question about it, guys, especially when you consider his shooting touch, back to the basket or facing. I mean, he can hurt you, and when it comes to putting the ball in the hoop, he may very well be the most complete center in the league in that category when you talk about post-ups, jump shots, and free throws.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Bogdanovich is checked in. Then for the Pacers, Turner comes in for Al Jefferson. And it's C.J. Miles in for Ellis. Brook Lopez hits them both.
And the Pacers acquiring the Fort Wayne Mad Ants of the developmental league going into last season. Some rumors had it that they'd try to move the team closer to Indianapolis, but the Pacers said no, they're committed to keeping them in Fort Wayne, which is really a good basketball city, and it's only about 2 hours from Indianapolis.
Now here's Teague. Turner. From 12 feet out. Here's George. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And the Mad Ants were the last D-League team that didn't have a one-on-one affiliation with an NBA team.
That's exactly right, and now they belong to the Indiana Pacers. And if you want a D-League team in this day and age, you've got to start your own. Seems like pretty soon every team in the NBA will have their own D-League team to go one-on-one, 30 for 30.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
Count that one, and the Nets' lead has been cut down to 3 points on the bucket from Miles.
Well, when you give Miles space to roam near the rim, he's going to finish inside with a variety of moves.
And it's LeVert missing.
Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim.
And the shot goes in. Teague's got 9.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Feeds to Lopez. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. The pass to LeVert. 6 to shoot. Here's Bogdanovich. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against New York.
And don't forget about his work on the glass. I mean, he contributed in a number of ways.
Count it.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
Back to Lopez. There's a good screen. Pass to LeVert. Here's Bogdanovich, defended by George. This one for 3. Bogdanovich, no luck.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Young for 3. That shot, no good. And Brooklyn will come the other way. LeVert the pass to Whitehead. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Lopez kicks to Bogdanovich. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Bogdanovich has got his first bucket in this one.
On the perimeter and on the inside, too, Bogdanovich able to put points on the board.
Miles dishes to T. Kicks it to Turner. Young, right side. Outside Teague. Screen by Young. Right side George. And it's George again missing.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Bogdanovich passes to Lopez. Sinks the triple. Now it's a 4-point Nets lead.
And you go beyond the stats, and Lopez has been a real presence inside on the offensive end in this one.
And so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here. And looking at the real stats, real scores from the real NBA, we can see the teams that make the most of their trips to the foul line. Number one, the Pacers.
We've talked about rebounding being a key factor in winning. Free throws and free throw percentage is another one of those key factors in winning. This team is the best in the league at making free throws, and that's one of the reasons they're successful.
And here is Turner following the three from Brook Lopez. And here's Miles outside. Hamilton pulls it in. Nets leading by 4. Pass to LeVert. There's a good screen. The tray, and the Nets, another 3.
That's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Let's face it, the defense is a step slow. You've got to take away the airspace.
Now, here is Young. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Orlando.
And not just the scoring. It was also how fierce he was on defense, grabbing 3 steals on the night as well.
Here's LeVert. Paul George making his last shot. Inside. From 11 feet away, and the shot falls short this time. Pacers trail by 5. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
And they need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
T kicks to George. Fires from deep. That doesn't go either for George.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's cost them.
Well, the Nets made the move to hire Kenny Atkinson to man their bench. He spent the last handful of seasons as an assistant for Mike Budenholzer on Atlanta's Hawks team.
And with the Nets turning to their new GM with Spurs ties, it makes sense that they would get an assistant of Budenholzer, also from the Spurs family tree. Atkinson has a lot going for his pedigree as a coach. Definitely was one of the more sought-after assistants before the Nets snagged him up.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, we all remember Linsanity, don't we, Kevin, a few years ago? Jeremy Lin is indeed the NBA's first American player of Chinese or Taiwanese descent. He's had to overcome his share of skeptics who thought he didn't look the part of an NBA player. In fact, the first day he reported to Time Warner Cable Arena in Charlotte, he had a hard time convincing the security guard to let him in. Kevin, I guess you could say he's broken the mold.
And broken new ground, too, D.A. Thanks.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
Pass to LeVert. The outside leaner. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got his 6th rebound on the night. It's George on the wing. Outside Turner. He dishes it to Miles. Outside Teague. Here's George. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. George has got 11.
Hey, a nice calm disposition and demeanor is what helps George be as good and as special as he is. It allows him to maintain his concentration on the basket despite stifling defense. You know, a lot of players grew up playing against older, bigger players. For Paul George, it was his older sister, Tiasha, who stands 6'4". She used to beat him up so badly on the court, it would bring him to tears. Wow. Turnabout is fair play, though. Younger brother is hooping at an all-star level now.
Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Bogdanovich. Lavoy Allen's checked in for Indiana. And Robinson III comes in for George. For Brooklyn, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. And you think about Paul George's amateur career, he was recruited to bigger schools, but he decided to go to Fresno State. He wanted that lead role.
And you still see that hunger for that lead role here in the NBA. He wants to be the alpha dog. He wants to take on the pressure and responsibility of being a franchise player. More importantly than wanting that responsibility and platform is making sure you put the work in to handle it. And I think he has done that, so he deserves the title. He's every bit the Pacers franchise player.
Now here's Teague. He's got 9. Back to Miles. Shot clock at 5. Pulls it up. And he misses the go-ahead basket. Brooklyn's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Hamilton the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Back to Hamilton. Turner against Lopez. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. And where have the shots been coming from tonight? Here's a look broken down by paint, mid-range, and three-point shot attempts so far for the Pacers.
And not a lot of attempts from beyond the break. Those deeper three-pointers can be a little outside of some players' range, but they've got guys who can make that shot. I think that's just an outlier so far.
Now here's Teague. He isn't playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. Miles, that's good. 8 lead changes now, and we're still just in the first half.
And I'm not sure I've seen a game with more lead changes this early.
The dish to Hamilton. And there's the pass to LeVert, stolen by Miles. Teague at the elbow, to the paint, Turner. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Let's see where the Pacers are, Kevin, in terms of the NBA rankings right now. First in free throw percentage, 3rd in steals, and they are in the top 10 in field goal percentage. This is a team that shows excellent discipline at the offensive end.
And you look at their ranking, tops in free throw percentage. I think it speaks to their focus and discipline as a team. They look to capitalize on every mistake.
No good on that one. And you go back over the great players the Nets have had. Dr. J comes to mind as perhaps the greatest. But Jason Kidd and others can be mentioned as well.
Well, you know, Kidd and Dr. J clearly are up there, but neither played their best years with the Nets, despite Kidd leading that team to back-to-back NBA Finals appearances. You have to acknowledge Vince Carter when he was here, as he helped them get to a pair of finals. I mean, he was part of those teams. Buck Williams, I think, probably needs to be on that list, a contemporary of mine who had an outstanding career with the Nets. So I think all those guys are worthy of being singled out as outstanding Nets.
Here's Kilpatrick, 5 points in the game. They need this, and he lays it up and in. Kilpatrick's got the game tied up here for the Nets.
Look at the space he had on that one, though. There's an obvious speed mismatch between the two.
Allen with it, now guarded by Booker. Brooks, that's a 2-pointer, misses off the right iron.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Out to the wing. Down low, here's Booker. Soft touch off the glass. Booker's got his second bucket of the night.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
Outside Turner. To the inside. And stolen by Booker. And once again off the mark by Indiana. The Nets have gone 7 of 16, shooting just under 50% here in the second quarter. Here's Dinwiddie. From outside, off the mark. Indiana's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Brooks kicks to Turner. Hamilton with some nice D.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Here's Kilpatrick. He has 7. Hamilton kicks to Booker. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And one of the more aggressive teams in the league this past offseason looking to adjust their roster, the Indiana Pacers. I mean, the trade for Jeff Teague, another for Thaddeus Young, the signing of Al Jefferson. It's going to be interesting to see how all these new players gel in Nate McMillan's system.
First one falls for him. And Jeff Teague of Atlanta and now of Indiana, more of a playmaking point guard. That's something the Pacers have lacked for a long time, GA.
Yeah, and he's a guy who looks to push the ball aggressively in transition. And that's something, as you mentioned, the Pacers have been trying to do. Thaddeus Young, another player who fits that mold. Jefferson, more of a half court, but I think he gives them a nice option there with that second unit.
And the Pacers going with the smaller lineup, too, but they've remained an elite team defensively. Guys, how have they done it?
Well, not so much about their shot blocking or rim protecting as it was in the past. More about their perimeter defense. One of the best in the league at forcing turnovers and defending the three-point shot. And ironically, despite all the pressure they apply, they do a good job of keeping the ball in front most times.
The Pacers have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12. That free throw missing. Randy Foye, he's checked in for Brooklyn. So he can't get either to fall. Nets leading by 3. 1:52 left in the second quarter. Pass to Kilpatrick. 4 on the clock, and it's going to be a 3-second call.
And checking out the numbers for Monte Ellis, how his last 10 games have gone. He's getting around 4 points a game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And it's always nice to be able to bring a shooter like him off the bench.
Well, points, you got to have them. I mean, they do keep score. That's what makes him really valuable in that second unit, points.
Now here's Brooks. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Count that one, and the Nets' lead has been cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Ellis. Dishes it to Booker. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Here's Kilpatrick, guarded by Robinson. Here's Hamilton, drops in the layup for 2. Hamilton's got his first basket.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high-percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
Now here's Ellis. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
Here's Foye. It's a 3-point game. He kicks to Hamilton. Down low. Here's Booker. The stupendous finish in traffic. Booker's got 5 points in the quarter. Indiana's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Brooks outside. Launches a 3. Outside for Jefferson. Allen dishes to Ellis. A second chance effort. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Nets lead by 5. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Brooke, what's the key to the performance so far?
You know, I've just been trying to be aggressive, really attack the rim, and my guys have been giving me great looks right by the basket where I can finish.
They'll be looking for you, too, in the second half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And an exhilarating first half, to be sure. Welcome back. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be breaking down all the action for you. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. Their largest deficit of the period was just 4 points. They were right there within shouting distance the entire time. And from what we saw so far from the Nets, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Well, there was a big spark from the bench in the first half. Sometimes you're hoping for your reserves to come in and just hold court, but they didn't do that. They actually got better.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Indiana?
When you think about giving up 3 or 4 extra turnovers, that can mean 8 or 9 points at the other end. That's why every coach preaches it. Take care of the basketball. Bottom line, they need to protect the ball and play under control.
It is just about time now for the third quarter to begin. After the final buzzer sounds, the three of us will still be sitting here talking to you.
Actually, it's 4 people.
We welcome you back to Brooklyn just as the subway approaches the platform here at the Barclays Center Station. Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far.
Well, Lopez has been great. He has 14 points, and he's chalked up 1 3-pointer on the day as well.
And Clark, I'm sure that won't be the last one. A lot of times he can get hot and stay hot from beyond.
Nets leading by 5. Booker out there with Bogdanovich. Then it's Brook Lopez. Then there's Foy. And it's Dinwiddie in at the point guard position. That's the group starting the second half for Kenny Atkinson. Here's Bogdanovich. Lopez, a screen on George. Bogdanovich passes to Lopez. Young with the steal. In the corner, George with it. A three-pointer off the mark.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Well, he's an intriguing player, Thaddeus Young. I mean, you look at his frame and his game. I mean, he seems like he'd be a small forward, but he's played at the power forward position for years now, and I think that's in part due to the way the game is played now in the NBA with stretch fours and spacing the floor. Thaddeus Young fits into that kind of game quite well.
Brooklyn with the ball. Here's Dinwiddie. He feeds it to Booker to the inside, and there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. He certainly can score at the power forward. Young has ability to space the floor and attack off the bounce. He's pretty special at that position.
Yeah, he really is. You know, he came into the league only after a year in college and has grown into a reliable scorer as a slasher and small ball four-man. So he's found and carved out a nice niche for himself.
That's good from Lopez.
And Brook Lopez a little bigger and more of an offensive player than his brother Robin. But they've both turned into quality big men in this league.
Brook Lopez hits them both.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
And here's Miles. Deflects the pass. That's tipped, but they recover it. And Turner kicks to Miles. That falls. Nice feed that time from Turner. Miles has got 6 points.
Miles really remarkably quick in terms of how he fires right after he gets a pass. No time to waste with him.
There's the triple. Bogdanovich grabs the miss. Bogdanovich has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Booker a screen on Teague. Lopez a screen. Dinwiddie's shot is off.
Well, he's building a house with those bricks. I mean, one reason is he keeps trying to force it up when he's defended well. Move the ball, share the sugar. You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
And here's 4 after Paul George getting his 3 to go. Lopez dishes to Dinwiddie. Back to Lopez. 6 to shoot. Nets passing it around. Inside, and Booker kicks to Lopez. There's the feed to Dinwiddie. Passes it to Bogdanovic. Lopez a screen. 6 on the shot clock, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. 18 points for him.
And a nice job from Lopez to catch and shoot in a fluid motion. And for a guy as big as he is, that's really impressive.
Turner with the screen. Here's George. That shot missing. Good D by Lopez.
Boy, the pick, and with that weak screen, I use that term loosely, did nothing to spring him open. It was ineffective.
That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 6 assists now in the game.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Young battles through traffic and lays it in.
You know, he might look a little thin, even wiry out there, but Young is strong. And he has no issues finishing after a bump or a hack.
Here's Dinwiddie. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. And Brooklyn making a change here. LeVert's checked in. I read somewhere Jeff Teague said that if he wasn't an NBA player, he'd be a battle rapper.
Well, that's a pretty unique answer, and I know he likes to battle when he's out on the floor. So Teague is also a big sneakerhead, as they're called, has a huge collection of those as well.
A rebound by the Nets. Lopez has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Dinwiddie. Drills it from outside. Dinwiddie's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And the execution has just been off defensively here in the second. Play after play, it's almost as if they're a step slow.
LeVert the pass to Dinwiddie. Lopez outside. Here's LeVert. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. It's on Thaddeus Young.
And from an offensive standpoint, they have just been stellar.
Yeah, really good. I mean, extremely well coached, fluid, efficient. Man, it's been a lot of fun to watch. The points just keep piling up because they've been such a well-oiled machine.
The Nets making a switch here. Whitehead's checked in. Timeout called the Pacers. And now a chance to take a look at the shot chart.
And the three-point game stands out as a major sore spot. It just has not been falling for him. I think at this point you start to get away from that shot. Try to engage in other parts of the offense. You don't want to hurt your team if that long ball isn't there.
Here's Teague. 9 points in the game so far. At the elbow, it's Turner. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. That's on Brook Lopez.
And Turner's length causes defenses all kinds of problems. I mean, he really uses that length extremely well to draw fouls.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Brooklyn.
Well, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
And also, I think it's really led to the rhythm and confidence you've seen from long range tonight throughout the entire game.
And that one falls for Turner.
Boy, I tell you, Turner is a dominant force who imposes his will on whoever is on him. But what you have to like and respect is his work ethic.
He hits both from the stripe. Brooklyn with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Lopez outside. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Lopez has got the lead up to 12 now for the Nets.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And Miles kicks to George. Young sets a screen for George. Wing shot on the way. Connects. The jumper drops. Young's got 4 points this quarter.
Really good alertness from Young there, who was in perfect position on the catch and shoot.
Here's Bogdanovich. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
The Nets have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line. That's good from Lopez. Both free throws good from Lopez. Pacers trail by 12. Now here's Miles. He's got 6. Screen by Young. And Miles kicks to T. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Feeds it to Bogdanovich. Pass to Lopez. Here's Whitehead. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. And again, it's the Nets missing.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, it seemed like he had great rhythm on that. You can see the disappointment in his face.
It's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down now to just 9 in the basket from George. The Nets have gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. Lopez a screen. Here's the screen. Here's LeVert. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J. LeVert's got 10 points in the game. Pacers trail by 11. Outside Teague. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And when you think of attack guards, ones who get into the lane at will, Jeff Teague certainly comes to mind. I mean, a great athlete, and it all starts for him with dribble penetration.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. And talking about Teague, once he blows by defenders, he can hurt you in a number of ways.
Yeah, I mean, a great drive and dish playmaker, owns a nice little teardrop. He's also gotten better at drawing contact and working himself to the line.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Al Jefferson is checked in for Miles Turner, and it's Ellison for C.J. Miles. And so he hits both.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
Here's LeVert. 10 points for him. Back to Booker. Shot clock at 5. It's stolen by Jefferson.
A moment here to check out some of the stats for George. first in free throw percentage. And he's as opportunistic as anybody defensively, ranking among the top 15 league-wide in steals per game.
And it's nice when you've got a guy who doesn't miss much from the line. You just keep the ball in his hands in clutch situations. He's been automatic this season.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. Justin Hamilton, he's checked in for Trevor Booker. Indiana also making some changes. Lavoy Allen's checked in for Young. And Robinson III comes in for George. And it's Brooks in for Teague. And so he makes both from the line. Nets leading by 7. Hamilton outside. Nets passing it around. And there's the pass to Whitehead. Kicks it to Lopez. It's rebounded by Indiana. Jefferson's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Outside Robinson. Screen by Jefferson. Robinson kicks to Brooks. Just 5 to shoot. Puts it up from 17. Rebounded by Kilpatrick.
And he has slipped into a funk. You can see the confidence is shaken.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it.
Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Brooklyn. Pacers trail by 7. Here's Ellis. Here's Allen. And it's good. Fought through contact. Gets the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Boy, the passion Allen has for rebounding reminds me a little bit of myself. Uses his wide frame extremely well to earn the best position possible to rip away that board.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
He's been doing really nice work at the line.
Mind the lanes.
83%.
You know, he's been one of those players, they've wanted on the line as much as possible this season, especially in close games, guys.
Nets leading by 4. Now the dish to Hamilton. LeVert the pass to Kilpatrick. The shot from the low post is good. Kilpatrick's got 9.
How about that cloth soft touch? I mean, just a gentle little teardrop, almost like a falling leaf. A leaf falling down slowly to the ground. Very sweet and colorful, too.
Now here's Jefferson. He has 7. Brooks outside. Clock at 6. Fade away. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Now a look at the hottest teams in the league. These squads have knocked down everything in the last 10 games. The Pacers in 5th.
You have to be impressed with their shot selection. I mean, the discipline on that end and the unselfishness really is what allows those great numbers to show up.
Pass to Kilpatrick. The 3 ball. Good on the 3-point shot. And it's a 9-point Nets lead. Here's Brooks. Allen outside to the middle. Jefferson's shot is off.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Here's Hollis Jefferson. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Puts up a 3. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
And the Pacers call time here.
Start it.
Paul George, he's checked in for Indiana. A lot of answers, but still a lot of questions for how the East is going to ultimately shake out this year. But right now, let's check out where the team stands. Taking a look at Indiana. Right now, they've compiled the 6th best record in the conference. And checking out Brooklyn, they have a lot of ground to make up.
Yeah, and seeing where the Pacers are, this hasn't been the breakout season that many were predicting, but they're still very much in the hunt for a high postseason seed, and that will keep them focused here during the season's final stages.
And they need to stay focused. I mean, they have to ensure they hang on to a high seed. It's imperative for them.
To the inside, Hamilton, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Ellis with it. Outside, Robinson. Jefferson down low. Covered by Hamilton. Shot's good by Jefferson.
Yeah, it's just a smart shot, taking advantage of the mismatch.
Well, with a stroke like that and the height advantage as well, the mid-range J is almost a gimme.
And the basket by Kilpatrick.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Now here's Ellis. Here's Jefferson. LeVert grabs the miss. And here's Brooklyn. They're on a 12-4 run. There's the pick. Whitehead passes to Kilpatrick. To the paint.
And all of a sudden you can see the confidence overflowing offensively.
Getting everything to drop and at an ideal time. I mean, they're poised for a terrific crunch time run here.
Jefferson gets the bucket.
They're leaning on that mid-range shot right now. That's 6 of their last 10 points from that area.
And it's working. As long as the defense gives you space, hey, let it fly.
Here's LeVert. 10 points for him. Passes it to Kilpatrick. The three. Al Jefferson grabs the miss. Jefferson's got 4 rebounds in this game. Ellis outside. Robinson kicks to Jefferson. Some nice passing here by Indiana. George, no good. Burnett's on offense. They're on a 14-6 run. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
2.
And the first one at the line is good. And the Nets making a change here. Dinwiddie's checked in. And Indiana with a change here, too. Thaddeus Young. He's checked in for Allen. No good on the second free throw. Pacers trail by 13. Right side, Robinson. Outside, George. Here's Jefferson. That shot misses. Hamilton with some nice D. Here's LeVert. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Nets out in front, ending the third quarter on a 15-6 run. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Pacers trail by 13. And a look at the 5 for the Pacers to start the fourth quarter. Monte and George filling out the perimeter. Jefferson is out there with Young. And it's Teague in at the point. They get it back. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
Hey, Brook Lopez getting after it. He is one of the better offensive rebounders in the game.
C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Monte Ellis. That's good from Brook Lopez. The Pacers shooting 39% from the floor. Not their best. Screen by Jefferson. Dishes it to Young. Offensive rebound. Jefferson gets the bucket.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
Here's Dinwiddie. There's the pick. Here's Kilpatrick. Out of bounds. Indiana takes possession.
You know, that's hard to explain, that play. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did.
The Pacers making a switch here. Turner's checked in. Pacers trail by 14. Miles dishes to Teague. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. He kicks to Young. Here's Turner. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
And all those second chance points have given them a boost here in the second half. And that's a great way to cut into the lead.
Pass to Kilpatrick. Lopez a screen. Out to the right wing. From past the arc. And again, no good by Brooklyn. The Pacers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. T kicks to Miles. To the inside, Turner. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
I tell you what, Turner just has a beautiful touch down on the block. I mean, you get the ball where he wants it, he'll deliver for you.
They set the screen. Here's Lopez, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
That's good from Brook Lopez. And both free throws good for Lopez.
Boy, is he really getting after it here in the second half, just drawing a ton of fouls.
And it's George missing. Nets leading by 12. Here's Dinwiddie. Now the pass to Kilpatrick. He dishes it to Lopez. And the foul on Miles Turner. That's foul number 2 for him. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. A nice shot by Booker. And the Nets lead by 14.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
I'll say, I mean, that's when you expect the defense to be tightening up, not backing off or backing up.
Nice game. Great performance by Brook Lopez.
And he's just attacking the rim with force here. They need to try and deny him the ball in the paint to keep him away from the basket.
It's a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on Nate McMillan talking to his team. He got on him. He said he's got to see more intensity. He said we've put ourselves in this hole and we've got to work our way out of it. Show me you've got what it takes, guys.
All right, thank you, David. The feed now to Miles. And then C.J. Miles with the dunk.
A fantastic heads-up play there from Young to find the open man.
Here's Dinwiddie. Pass to Kilpatrick. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Kilpatrick's got 19 points.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Well, he only plays one way, and that's full throttle, all day, all the time, cold-blooded and lethal.
And it's George missing. Nets leading by 14. Here's Dinwiddie. Inside. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
And they are trying to put the hammer down, attacking the rim whenever they can.
Yeah, I think it's time for the defense to be more focused on getting into the middle and stopping that penetration to the basket. They've got to close down those driving lanes. Check out the game for Booker. 12 points, and he's been a good on-the-ball defender, too. He's got a pair of steals.
Yeah, he's just made a lot of very heads-up plays, and his defense really has been a difference maker.
And Miles kicks to Teague. Turner with the screen. Teague the pass to Turner, and it's slammed in by Turner.
And the reason why that pick and roll was successful was because of the pass from Teague. Just delivered it perfectly.
Lopez, a screen on Teague. Here's Dinwiddie. Lopez. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got his 8th assist here tonight.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
And, you know, guys, that kind of offensive efficiency really keeps a lot of pressure on the opponent, and that's part of why the lead is what it is.
Brooklyn with the ball. Paul George missing from long range. Lopez a screen. Here's Dinwiddie. He feeds it to Booker. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
They've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's why they're on this run. You get that close to the hoop, and it's a lot easier to make shots.
Now, here's George. Screened by Young. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The shot. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
Well, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Kilpatrick passes to Dinwiddie. The Pacers pull it in.
He hasn't really done much on the offensive end, but he's worked within the team concept to help them get the lead. He's done some other things other than scoring to help his team get the lead here.
And so it's Brooklyn with it after Paul George getting his 3 to go. Here's Kilpatrick. Booker in the corner. Lets it go from deep. It's rebounded by Indiana. George has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Outside Teague. On the wing, Turner. Turner with the screen. Outside, George. Pulls up on the wing. George missing again.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Young with the steal. To the paint. Got a piece of it. Here's Turner. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Turner's got 8 points here in this quarter.
You know, I think anytime the shot comes from that range, the offense has done its job and done it well.
Feeds it to Dinwiddie. Kicks it to Booker. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Here's Kilpatrick, and a little luck that time, but it drops. Kilpatrick's got 14 points here in the second half.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Nets leading by 16. There's the dish to Dinwiddie. Now T. Passes it to Turner. And here's Miles. Dishes it to George. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Brooklyn's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. To the inside. Now here's Miles. He kicks to T. And they cash in right away with the quick shot.
And you could tell Teague was looking for a shot on that play. Always had his hands up, ready to catch and fire.
Booker a screen on Teague. Lopez a screen. Here's Dinwiddie. Here's Booker. Count the basket and the foul. Young, and so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. Jefferson's checked in for Indiana. That one misses for Booker. Pacers trail by 16. George dishes to Teague. Pass to Miles. There's the feed to Turner. Outside Jefferson. Clock at 4. And Miles kicks to Jefferson. Shoots the 3. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Nets leading by 16. The pass to Kilpatrick. Lopez against Turner. Takes a shot at the elbow. Hits the front of the rim and out. Indiana's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Here's Dinwiddie. Teague covering. Pass to Bogdanovich. Jacks up a 3. And it's Brook Lopez with the foul. That's it for him. He's fouled out of the game. Justin Hamilton, he's checked in for Lopez. Pacers trail by 16. Timeout called the Pacers. Here's Teague. The shot that time, not on target. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Here's Kilpatrick. Hamilton kicks to Dinwiddie. Shot clock at 6. Passes it to Kilpatrick. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Pacers trail by 16. Here's Teague. He dishes it to Turner. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Talk about great numbers for Turner. 14 rebounds and a total of 7 points for him from the line.
And that's a great number, Clark. And that's one that he's worked extremely hard to earn.
That's good from Turner. So he makes both from the line.
And he's been rock solid at the free throw line tonight. A little bit of an unexpected bonus for them.
Here's Dinwiddie. Pass to Kilpatrick. He feeds it to Dinwiddie. Fires from deep. Sinks the triple. And the Nets lead by 17.
Just no let up, guys. They just keep coming at you.
Well, this lead is too big to overcome. I'm going out on the limb right now. There's just not enough time left on the clock to make up the ground they have to make up.
Brooklyn's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Here's Dinwiddie. They set the pick. The pass to Kilpatrick. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got 14 rebounds tonight, going after. Turner with the screen. George passes to Teague. Miles dishes to Turner. And here's George for 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Turner. Turner's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Nets leading by 11. Feeds to Dinwiddie. Nets passing it around. Back to Hamilton. Here's Kilpatrick. Here's Bogdanovich. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Down low. Here's Teague. Here's Turner. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Teague on the double team. Dinwiddie kicks to Hamilton. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
This game's finally gotten away from him.
Yeah, it certainly has. I mean, there's not really much they can do at this point.
Here's Dinwiddie. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the...
Thanks, Kevin. Brooke, congrats.
The 2K Sports Postgame Show.
Thanks, Kev. Let's take a look now at our Jordan player of the game. Really increased his productivity this evening. Stepped up his game in a number of ways. The team would love to see him bring it like this night in and night out.
Finally, something goes right for them. He was outstanding tonight. Their losing streak had gone on for way too long. But guess what? He said, you know what? It's not going on any longer. That's the kind of determination you want to see from your role players.
He was outrageous. He shot a rare shooting percentage from the field, hitting from everywhere. It didn't matter where he was or who was guarding it. The defense tried to make adjustments. So what? Still knocked down shots.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Kenny Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, for Kevin Harlan, and for the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. I hope you have a wonderful, even beyond wonderful, a spectacular, just great. I mean, see you.
Good night.